So thank you for questions. Anybody have any questions while we're waiting for our other 4 people to start?
I have a question about sign-up sheets.
Uh-huh.
I know that there's 2 different templates I think that you've offered. The one was the handout for the Miss Nelson's Missing.
Yeah.
And then the second one was like for timed.
Right.
So I'm kind of working this into an informal audition that I'd like to have for the January term.
Perfect.
And I'm wondering if it's okay to just kind of create my own template for what my needs are for that specific.
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Just to be sure that you built in a little extra time, as we talked about.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Space for cat.
You're sign up for a section of time. I'm thinking more.
You should do what works for you. Do dance auditions, or is everybody all called at once?
That's typically what I've experienced.
Okay.
You wear a cut, and
Okay.
but it's not like you get the slot. You get the slot.
Okay. Well, then fine. It could just be that, and then if there's going to be callbacks
Right.
another time,
Okay.
you can do that.
The Miss Nelson is Missing is a form that does template.
You should explain answers to do if they're doing anything at all, or if are you just going to set a combination
Or
on
if they have
them,
other
or
skills, or if they're giving a resume, or if they're interested in working with crew.
did I give you a form for them to fill out when they showed up at audition?
It was
It was like that application.
Yeah.
That's not a
Yeah.
sign-in sheet.
And
right?
then
yeah.
there's
And disregard what I said before. I didn't ask you. We also, like with Miss Nelson, there's also a sheet describing what the piece is and what they expect, what the director expects the actors to bring to the audition.
Yeah, I was more like
Yeah.
asking if we could put it in that kind of format.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And about that, I'm hoping to have an audition in Berkeley or Oakland in November for additional dancers for the January showcase.
Mhm.
And hoping to do it with a live feed so that they're not here with us can also come
That's
and
great.
be on it. None of this felt like it meant anything to me until I was given my production role, and then I was like, oh, good, its application is built into this. I can do that better because of this.
Yeah. So do you have a place? Because, if they have the place, then
Finish Hall in Berkeley is what I'm hoping for.
you don't have to pay rent for that.
Oh yeah, you do.
Because
Yeah,
I
you
think
might be
Shaw,
able
you may
to
get a
Shaw.
shawl for we have a reciprocal relationship.
Okay.
but it depends on when you want to do it.
Exactly.
You'll have to-
Exactly.
The sooner you can get with them and reserve a space, because there are artists and residents who have to walk, maybe walk out. And
So through Roberta.
you to show saying, I'm in the MFA, and then you should get, so for every, I think this is, let's see if I can remember how this goes. Like every week, our program is allotted X number of hours.
Oh wow.
It's like 8
So-
hours.
Right. So if you use 2 and she uses 2 and then I use 2 and then somebody goes in and they want, whatever, if we hit our limit, then you have to pay.
Got it.
So, but as long as, like I was using this space and Hillary, we were the 3 who were regular last year going, but most of the other students were not.
And during this semester, nobody's using it. So So it's very,
Right,
you
I
were,
haven't been there at all. In fact, I haven't been there
so
at all.
you should definitely be able to get in
Amazing.
on that.
Thank you.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of when
And
you want
agree because
audition.
I can't remember the manager.
Just actually probably the most.
thank you.
Schedule, and then I thought I was doing, I got to, so this is when we need to show the 4 hours. Please include the following 8-hour schedule. Choose 2 hours. I'm just confused about this right here.
Is
I
this
think this is like
before?
an example of one day of the whole month. Choose any.
Daily, it's a separate document than the
Right.
block. Right.
And yeah,
So
I think
then-
4 hours if each piece got 4 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I think it's
so-
4 hours.
in the course of the
Yeah.
works.
Yeah, try to can maybe the 3 choreographers. You're right. You
So I'm
can't
gonna
put in
divvy up.
have 4 hours for each dance. You probably can get 4 hours for each choreographer.
Yeah.
In there.
Okay,
And also, if you did it that way, then they could decide if they only want to rehearse 2 hours, and they could.
I
Yeah.
still don't understand the distinction. You say another one.
Just like out of that month of May, you're just choosing one day and doing a daily schedule with like super detailed. Because that's how I'm interpreting.
Yeah.
Got it.
And the
he
detail
wants
is-
He wants that day to actually show, that's a day when rehearsals are happening.
Right. So in each studio, you'd have a block of time with the name of the choreographer. You don't even need to name the piece. Just assign it to a choreographer. If you can, if you want to assign it to the piece, but so you have enough time for each one of the choreographers to rehearse for 4 hours during, because you have 2 studios,
Got it. So really,
and there'll be even a little extra time. But then during that time, probably all the choreographers need to go to a meeting. I can't remember what else I
You
asked
said
you.
production meeting with all staff and company warm-up,
Yeah, so that's you can't have rehearsal during that meeting
right?
because all the choreographers would have to attend that meeting.
And it may also, will that also potentially include something else that was on the,
Costume City thing or something.
No,
No.
that just goes on the block calendar.
oh, okay, so we just need to show this.
This is really just to show, it's more specifically for the dancers. One of the dancers need to be at the studio, and also for the production staff about when they need to be.
Okay.
So the block calendar is geared totally towards the production staff. The dancers would never even see it necessarily. Just like our cast of Three Sisters never sees the block calendar for Three Sisters. It's only the production staff that sees it.
Okay.
And a question too about this, the creative challenge that you're giving us with, the one, Zinnia, I think who's not there. I've done this in my work, but I don't know if it's what you're looking for. Like, is it possible to do blocking as someone else stands in for her, or the spacing rehearsal that someone stands in for her during that, or does all spacing and tech and dress and perform? I mean, does all of it need to be when Zinnia is available
Standing in for her as a dancer or a choreographer?
as a dancer?
You could probably do stand in for her as a dancer, but not for a choreographer.
Right.
You can't have
Right.
somebody, a dancer,
as a
do the
dancer.
spacing. Yeah. But I think I set it up so that you don't necessarily have to do that. It's a little tricky.
Well, she's not in anybody else's cases. I
That's
think.
what I thought.
Yeah.
It says entire company except Zinnia.
So she's,
Except Deandra.
But I
Except
think
Deandra,
she's a guest.
right? So she would be in Xerxes' piece, right? Or she's just a choreographer. Oh, I see.
Yeah,
So that
see.
doesn't even apply to her. I was
Right.
assuming
Yeah.
that
So
she was
everything,
Yeah.
everything basically needs to
She was just
happen.
everything.
yeah, it's a little bit like a
Alright.
riddle that I'm asking you. That's
It
all.
is, but this makes the riddle so much
Actually easier.
Hi, all of you out there in the United States. You guys have any questions about the assignments? Okay, well, keep sending me emails if you do. So today we're going to continue our discussion of rehearsals. And to I think but the rehearsal reports is in the rehearsal how the production staff actually connects to what's going on in the rehearsal room. It's the only way they know what's going on, because the designers, the publicity manager, they don't go to rehearsals. The stage manager is the only member of the production staff, besides the choreographers, that you can count on being in rehearsal. And yet, in the rehearsal room, everything to do with production comes up. Besides photography, everything to do with what kind of shoes they need to wear, what the surface needs of the props, scenery, all of that stuff. And so it needs to be incredibly detailed. My personal feeling is that you can never put too much information in a rehearsal report. And if a rehearsal report, I have two here that I'm going to go through, but one thing that they do share is that they're broken down by departments. He's really busy. Like if the tech director gets this and he's really busy, he doesn't need to rehearsal report. He needs to read the summary, the part about scenery, and maybe they don't have to read about props live. So to me, as a number of things apply to more. You have to each department. Let's see if I can find any.
You want to put that in the summary?
Summary during the rehearsal. So for dance, you would say stay such range or be able to run the piece from beginning to end, and make certain just a detail or manage things are moving. Let's see. Actually have a particular note that applies to two areas that I can give you an example. Touch on in this scene to go to the department and the prop, because I haven't said anything about who, if anybody, it's just a red dress. So the prop department and the costume department, who's supplying it, but even if the costume department is doing it, the prop piece and stage managers who are running it, pre-setting it backstage so that dancer needs to be in both the costume department and the prop.
In our sample rehearsal, we do any rehearsal, are we doing it on the pretend board?
You can do it on anything. I think I gave you both. One of them is one concert that we use from Three Sisters. I think it's clearer and it has a bit more information about the date and the time of rehearsal, who was at the rehearsal, what happened during the rehearsal, during the day, in the daily summary, and then it also has the next rehearsal schedule. The one that we used for Unearth doesn't have that in as much detail. It says what was accomplished, but it doesn't say everybody that was at the rehearsal, nor does it say what's happening at the next rehearsal. A long way of saying is using this as the template, the Three Sisters, but the kind of stuff you're including is more going to come from this rehearsal schedule from Unearth. I'll start from the top. It says the name concert, in this case, Unearth. They're numbered, starting with number one at the first thing again. But it wouldn't be part of the same numbering. And as I think I mentioned, tech and dress reports are not required because it's implied by a tech rehearsal that the people are there. The tech people are there to work out the issues, to have a report because they were in the room. So that's why we don't do that. I know why Raleigh has a tech report, because the technical directors, at least in this scenario, to be at the tech rehearsal. So she wants to get the notes to that person. So I report the date, a list of what was accomplished. You'll find on this thing, and this is something that's, well, actually it would apply both for schools and any place that's unionized. Needed in the school to grade students. Well, students need to be talked to. It's not only in the end is it about a grade. It's more a problem with the student. How do we deal with that? But if you're dealing with the union situation, that has to be. And we're not it, but there are special union forms. So the kind of information that's in the generally to the dress rehearsals. That's something particularly important for the costume designer. It also is kind of a reminder to everybody that they need to let the dancers know if they want to wear makeup. Then there's a category for scheduling. And the note here says Beckett, who's the technical director, which is the system that you use to communicate within the theater. Can the ClearCom get moved upstairs tomorrow at 2 p.m.? Moved upstairs from the tech tech table upstairs, meaning the booth, a whiteboard upstairs, and taking apart the tech table at that time as well. Management, spike on the stage, they still need to be clear taped over. I think we talked about that with spiking, that generally when it's finalized, you put clear tape on so that it can't possibly come up. Also under management, it says Relly is making crew shift sheets for later. But she's just informing everybody what she's doing. So particularly for somebody like me as the production manager who's really here, but say she's also this somewhat as a stage manager just because of our situation. But if there was a separate production as production manager, oh, are the shift sheets done? So the stage manager is telling me, yeah, they're going to be done. They're going to be done whenever she says tomorrow. At each of the concerts and who is sharing when, etc. Costumes is blank. We're going to come back to that. Scenic props is blank. Sound and medium. Film. We had a comment today from these chair
Matthew?
on the cycle light be preferable. It's preferable to
Is your guys' connection really bad too? Okay.
Yeah, I can't
I can't
hear most of the words.
All right, that's why John left too.
Would it be better if we watched it later?
Maybe, but the recording's going to be choppy too, because that's how Mondays was.
No.
So are you leaving?
All right, I'm going to try a little bit more. Hopefully
I don't
it
know.
doesn't-
I'm also in New York right now in a friend's apartment, like, and only here for a day. And I'm like, got back just in time for class and I can't hear anything.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It's very choppy.
Okay. There's thunderstorms here, so I thought maybe it was me, but
No. Well,
No,
all right.
it's been that way for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
He's frozen.
Yeah.
I'm leaving. I'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Okay.
I think I'm going to leave too. All right. I'll email Matthew and let him know. All right. Have fun in New York.